Well, hi, Diet Disruptors. I am so excited to share a story of somebody right now who is a crazy busy mom, working mom, and she's in the middle of her 4 weeks to wellness challenge, or I like to call it the lifestyle launch, really, because it's like a challenge that sometimes sound like it's just hard and it's going to end, but you're going to keep going with this. So I'm going to introduce you to Whitney, who actually I have known Whitney for many, many years. It would be kind of funny to tell them how we know each other.
Right.
Can we tell them that?
Yeah.
So Whitney is my husband's high school girlfriend, or was my husband's high school girlfriend. And so everybody always thought it was funny that you and I connected and we became friends and all of that. Like, you know, Whitney is happily married and has a child, and we just connected. So that's how we got to know each other. She's also a nurse. And therefore, we often think people in the health field have a really good sense of what nutrition should be all about. And so when she actually came to me recently and said, you know, I'm really interested in this, I want to know more, I'm on this healthy journey, sometimes I'm like, wow, like it reminds me of how even our medical professionals don't have all of this information, right? So, Whitney, I'm really excited that you're here because you're in the challenge right now. And so tell us a little bit about yourself and why you ended up deciding to join me.
So I work in the OR. I'm an OR nurse, and my diet really consisted of coffee and maybe a sandwich here and there if I could actually get that down. Never got enough water. And I had my daughter at 39. And before that, I was, you know, going to the gym here and there, eating what I wanted, could maintain my weight. And after her, it's been a real challenge to get it off. I like my wine. So I know that had a big part in it. So when I stumbled across your thing and how fabulous you looked, and I know that we're the same age, and you know, and it's harder after 40 to get it off, so I said, let me give this a shot. The gym I'm at, they did a detox. I did it a couple months back, but I wanted to make sure I tried this one, and I'm really happy I did, because I learned so much on this that I didn't with the other one.
Tell me more about that. Like, because I remember we were talking and you're like, I don't know, I just did this. Maybe I'll just get some protein shakes and that kind of thing. You had actually done my free 5-day challenge that I had done. And like, I mean, you came in with a lot of knowledge. You had done a whole detox. You did 5 days of a challenge and then said, you know, like you and I were just talking about like whether or not you should do this. So what are you learning that's different, or that's
it's so much more educational on that. They just kind of like through my gym just kind of gave you an outline, you know, eat this, this, and this for your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. And that was basically it. And some of the choices, I was like, I'm not eating beef in the morning, you know, I just can't do it. Right. So, so I did it, but I really didn't stick to it that much. And, there was no changes, you know, I didn't feel that much different, but, with this one, it was huge. The energy. I love to have a shake when I wake up, you know, that's perfect for me. The breakfast, lunch, I'm keeping on track. I'm able to do that even while I'm working. And
so talk about that, because so many people are like, I don't have time. Like, and when I tell people you're going to be eating more food than you've ever eaten before, you're going to eat 6 times a day, and you're going to be able to eat a ton of different options. It's not like I say you have to eat this at this time. There's a lot of autonomy, but a lot of structure, I think, the two. So how are you fitting all this in when before eating a bagel was hard?
Right. Because I meal prep, which I never did before. And I make it easy for myself, and I have the same thing during the week. So I know, like, so it's easy for me to have my egg whites with my avocado on my little toast. You know what I mean? I can just scoop that up, eat that, and be done. Those the brown rice tortillas I found at Trader Joe's are great with a turkey and you know. So I've looked around for certain stuff, and what I do is what works for me during the week. The weekends I can be a little bit more creative, but during the week I'm very regimented.
You know, I just think so much about people that talk about time and how we're all given the same amount of time. We're all given 104 hours, I think, a week of time.
Yeah.
And really, we make time for what we prioritize. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't have any more time this month than you did last month when you couldn't barely find time for a bagel.
Right.
But you prioritized it. But I think after a couple of weeks of doing this, do you find like your meal prep time is getting quicker? And
yeah, absolutely.
Meal prep for hours, right?
Yeah.
Are you?
It's very quick. I don't, not for hours. Do it, with my chicken, cut that up, and my egg bakes. I do those. It's really easy. And then I do that for the whole week. Yeah.
So talk about your training though. So this wasn't part of your training as a nurse or as a healthcare professional.
No, nothing. I would, to have a carb every meal was crazy. You know what I mean? I'm like probably everyone says, that's too many carbs. How are you going to eat that many carbs? It's not healthy. I'm going to gain the weight. But the combination, I had never learned until I went on this website and learned it from you, the PFC every 3. I love it. I tell everybody about it. They all look at my meals at lunch and everyone's very interested in it, especially the fizz sticks.
I know, right?
They're genius. Yeah. So, and that's, like you said, the savor of not having the coffee. I was drinking 3 to 4 a day easily.
I was drinking 5 to 6.
Yep. And I'm done. Haven't had it. I haven't had a headache.
You haven't?
No.
So I want to know at the end, right? Like, I want you to try coffee and see if you have the same taste for it, because I didn't. And I do now. I'll have like a cup, maybe a cup a day if I do, but it's really black now. But I don't enjoy it as much. I like the first like C6 and then I'm good. So it's barely, but I want to know how you feel.
Yeah, definitely.
Afterwards.
And also like dairy, I had a lot of like stomach issues, and now that I've cut dairy out for this long, for the 3 weeks, it's amazing how much better I feel.
How hard is it? How hard is it to cut out dairy?
It's a little about, I love my cheese, so that was a little hard. But
are you missing it? Are you missing it?
No, I'm not. I'm really not. Okay. No. And I went to my brother's, his little boy's first birthday was last weekend or the weekend before, and I didn't pack correct. I ran out of stuff, but they had pizza and I had a couple bites of pizza, and a couple hours later, I didn't feel well. Like I felt sick to my stomach, and I'm like, I know it was cheese.
Yeah. It's funny because one of our coaches, Coach Kate, years ago, she was going free, years before I even could figure any of this stuff out.
Yeah.
And I was like, how in the world? I could never give up my bread. I could never, ever do that. And she's like, when you realize how food really makes you feel, you don't want it anymore. You don't want to feel that way. And I was like, oh, I can live with that makes sense. Because it wasn't then about my willpower as much as acknowledging that like it makes me feel gross. And then that's what you have to do,
Absolutely.
You got to go through this detox to know that, because your body like literally covers itself in like fat cells to actually keep you from reacting so negatively all the time. And when you shed that off through a detox, the pureness of what your body needs actually comes through. And then you start to recognize that cheese does. Right. But you said you had stomach issues before. I mean, that's all part of our gut health and our digestion. Yeah. All of that. It's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. Awesome. So I just want you to think about now, you don't know this yet because you haven't gotten this far in the challenge, but where are you thinking about sustainability? Because I talk a lot about this being sustainable, and to be very honest with you, you're depriving yourself right now for these 4 weeks of certain things like wine and, whatever other kind of fun things that you like to put in. And everybody knows I like my wine. So how are you thinking about this? How do you see this being sustainable down the road in a couple of weeks when you're done?
Yeah.
But not done.
I think I think it's going to be sustainable just because I do like the way I feel and I want to keep with that. So, I know I can have the cheat days, they're
not cheat, they're appreciation.
Appreciation.
Right. You're not cheating.
Right. And that's when I can incorporate the wine and, or whatever it is that I feel, and to be quite honest, I don't know. I don't really miss it that much either,
Yeah.
But I haven't put myself in social situations that often either. It will be
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
A glass of wine, but.
Yeah. No, I agree. So when you think about the support, right? Like, so we talk a lot about how people feel and what they're learning and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about the support. I mean, I've been your personal coach.
Yeah.
I have a variety of people that are personal coaches. I happen to be the group coach too. So for you, you get me twice, basically.
Yes.
But most people have like a coach and a group coach. But talk about we have that Facebook community and group coaching calls. Talk all about like what that experience is.
Yeah. The structure and the learning and being able to print out those, the recipes and have them in my binder and follow them is great. Any questions I want to answer, your posts all the time are great. I will continue to be a part of, the Facebook family for a long time,
Yeah, we do have that membership group that people can afterwards.
The membership group. Yep. Yeah.
And we do our Saturday coaching calls.
Yes.
So those we hope are like helpful and beneficial for people.
They are.
On there.
They're great.
Yeah.
Okay. All the tips and ideas and.
Because really there's only so much I could put in the program when you're going through it, because I want it to be 15 minutes a day. So by adding these extra coaching calls, we do questions and answers. But you know what's so crazy? People never have questions.
No.
It's like sometimes
I don't.
That's
what I mean.
Got any questions?
Really don't.
I know. So then I keep adding more and more content of like stuff I couldn't fit in the program. And so it becomes this robust library of more and more to learn, depending on how deep you want to go. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So last thing, if somebody's on the fence and they're like, I don't know if I want to like commit to 4 weeks of doing something like this. You're in the middle of it right now. What would you tell somebody?
I'd say 100% do it. It is the best thing I've ever done. You won't be in the dark any longer about what to eat and how to eat it. And it's just, I feel amazing. And I would tell anyone to absolutely give it a try. Yeah. Because it is, even for the busy person, it is sustainable. You can do it.
I mean, I think about you like standing in the OR for hours and hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And you're making it work.
Making it work.
Awesome. We'll make sure people reach out to you if they're, in that place where they're like, how do you do it? Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Whitney. It was awesome to have you on.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see how you do for the rest of the time.
Me too. Thanks, Care.
Bye.